Hello and welcome to the 23rd video in the Weather Unlocked series. We're going to discuss severe weather products and reports. In a previous video, we discussed the Storm Prediction Center outlooks, mesoscale discussions, and watches. So we're just going to do a quick review of watches and warnings here. A watch means be prepared. Conditions are favorable for severe weather. This is the time to have a way to receive weather warnings if those do occur, having a shelter already planned out, remaining weather ready by checking the forecast for all those updates that come across. This is that time to be prepared so that when the warning does come, you're able to take action quickly. A warning means that the potential danger is imminent or already is occurring. You're going to want to take shelter indoors immediately. If you're driving, you want to try to find the nearest shelter if possible. You want to continue to check for continual updates wherever you are and remain weather ready. By the warning phase, it's too late to do any type of preparation actions. Now, the criteria for different types of warnings are listed below. We'll start with the severe thunderstorm warnings. Generally, winds will be 58 miles per hour or greater. Oftentimes, you'll hear us round that up to 60 mile per hour or greater winds. Hail, at least 1 inch in diameter. 1 inch is about the size of a quarter. For a tornado warning, that means a tornado is happening or it's imminent. And this could be either detected by the radar. The radar may be confirming it via seeing the debris in the air. Or a report has come in that a tornado is currently ongoing. A flash flood warning is when intense flooding of counties, communities, or streams are ongoing due to a high rate of water. These flash floods result from typically torrential downpours. However, they can also occur from dam breaks or ice jam breaks in the wintertime. Now, storm reports are extremely valuable. Those reports that you send in, they can save lives. So typically, those reports that come in as the storm is ongoing are more valuable than ones that come in later. The National Weather Service utilizes these real-time reports with that information that goes into the warnings. We know that people are going to take action if they know that storm is producing something that has been confirmed. Those reports can really trigger or keep warnings going that can give us confidence that this severe thunderstorm or tornado warning or whatever warning it is actually producing something. So those reports are extremely valuable. The broadcast media, who reaches a lot of people, relay those reports. So we'll talk a little bit about some good storm reporting basics here. So whenever you're making a report, a couple of the basics you want to keep in mind is who are you? A member of the public, or maybe you're in law enforcement or public safety? What is occurring? Are you getting hail, wind, flooding? When did it occur? Did it happen just a few minutes ago? Did it happen yesterday? Maybe it's a late report, or maybe it's going on right now. So try to specify when it occurred, and lastly, where. Try to reference the closest city or maybe a highway near that city. That really helps us pinpoint the location when we're trying to match that up with the storm. So we'll talk a little bit about measuring and reporting hail. So when we're talking about hail, as one shown in one of the previous videos on hail, you want to measure the diameter of the largest hailstone using a ruler, or compare to other objects like coins or balls. Now, you do want to keep in mind you want to do this safely. If it's not safe to go out during very large hail, please don't do that. You don't want to get injured doing this. Remember that anything of a quarter, 1 inch, or larger is considered severe. So we're typically looking for those reports where the hail size is around a quarter or greater. A couple of images below show kind of what we're talking about. The image on the left has a hailstone that is right next to a ruler. A picture came in there that shows the hail a little over 2 inches, maybe 2¼ inches. The middle picture shows how that hailstone is in reference to a coin, such as a quarter. And then on the right-hand side shows several different types of hail. And you'll notice some are round and some are spiky. Also kind of next to a ruler there on the right. Now, when we're talking about damaging winds, we really want to emphasize that we're looking for actual damage from the winds. So maybe tree branches or some limbs, or maybe you had some uprooted trees. What were the sizes of those? Were they small branches? If you're able to measure those, maybe an 8-inch in diameter or a very large tree, kind of give us some indication on how big that was. How healthy was the tree in the first place is also very important. If it's just was a dead tree, it may not have taken much wind to do that. We're looking for measured wind speeds if you have the capability to do so. It's very difficult to estimate wind speeds, especially as they get higher wind speeds. So if you're able to try to measure the wind speeds via, maybe you have a weather instrument at your home, that would be very helpful. So here are some great pictures that have been sent in from the past. You can see some have showing some large limbs down. One of them's a tree uprooted, and then the other one looks like some damage to an actual home from damaging winds. So when we're talking about tornadoes, reporting tornadoes, this is a very, very important topic here. You want to focus on, is there rotation in this storm? What is that key feature that's making you call it or report it as a tornado? Is there rotation? Is there a wall cloud or a funnel cloud going on? Do you see any type of debris associated with this rotation? Do you see anything in contact with the ground? A couple of images showing that here. On the left-hand side, showing that classic wall cloud, and then the middle image showing a funnel cloud, not in contact with the ground. And that image on the right is an actual tornado, and you can clearly see it in contact with the ground. It's very difficult here in the Ozarks due to our terrain where you may not be able to see long distances. So if you're not able to see those long distances, please report what you can see and what you can't see. It's also very helpful. Now, ending on flash flooding reports. Are you noticing any type of flooded roadways? Are they closed? Are they washed out? Think about any type of flooding. Is it typical flooding, your typical streets or low water crossings, or is it maybe unusual flooding? It's something that doesn't typically occur. That's very helpful to report. Rainfall measurements are extremely helpful. They help us calibrate our radar. They help us identify whether the rainfall measurements and estimates that the radar is showing, that it's actually occurring or matching up. Different types of images that have come in with when you're talking about reporting those flash floods. Maybe cars are submerged. Maybe a road has been washed out. And getting us that rainfall measurements are very helpful. So how do you go about submitting storm reports? Lots of different ways to send us storm reports. You can either call us on the phone. You could send us an email, the email address there on the screen. If you're on social media, you could send us those reports via Facebook or Twitter. Here is also a report form that you can use either on your phone or at your computer. and that will also get to us very quickly. You can also utilize an app that you can download on your phone called MPing, and it lets you send in different types of reports for all sorts of weather. So that concludes this video on severe weather products and the different ways to report. To be safe as we go through severe weather season, which can occur, really severe weather can occur all throughout the year. So we want you to remain weather aware at all times and help us build that Weather Ready Nation by becoming a Weather Ready Nation ambassador. And you can do that here on the screen. Thank you and have a good day.